Hello all. I've just finished watching Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and it's a head scratcher. So these are my initial spoiler-free thoughts, but watch out for a voice change because that'll be me adding something later. Or I may do a spoilery review in a couple of days. I'm not going to bury the lead. I did enjoy it overall, but it has some major problems. As always, the cast are great. They exude charm and charisma. And I would say the visuals look much better than recent MCU outings. The action is also really good and really nicely choreographed. There's a great corridor scene. Unfortunately, tonally, it's all over the place. And for a good chunk of the runtime, it doesn't feel like a Guardians film. Especially not the first half. Whilst the title of this video may be a bit clickbaity, it's not wholly inaccurate. It's a more gritty film, joyless at times, and just plain grim at others. Whilst it is possible to combine these tonal imbalances, it doesn't always manage it. Part of that is probably the villain, because he's dark and pretty much just a shouty, raging psychopath. There is motivation there, but he just feels like he belongs in a completely different franchise. That having been said, the actor is good in the role. It's just a bit too dark. It's very angsty and very angry, and a bit disjointed too. Perhaps Gunn and Marvel took the feedback on the comedic excesses of the other recent projects, but this definitely feels like an overcorrection. I'd also say the use of profanity is over the top, possibly because of the tone of its use, and the F-bomb is completely unnecessary, especially in the context it's used. Obviously, the first two films are really well known for their excellent use of music. This one, sadly, not so much so. A lot of it didn't really fit for me, and a couple of times it was actually jarring, which is, again, quite disappointing. I'm not sure this soundtrack is gonna hit quite as well as the others. Now, I know that's a fair few negatives, but there's still plenty to like about this film. The second half, and certainly the payoff, is much more like the first two films. And there are similar bits scattered throughout that are really good. There are moments of genuine heart in there and heroism. And the humour works well at times, and others it doesn't land again. Kind of a typical Gunn trope there. I will say it was nice to see Drax's character brought back to something akin to Volume 1, rather than the laughing buffoon we got in Volume 2. And I was moved, which, as I've said before, is always a major plus for me. So basically, I enjoyed it, but it is a bit of a mess. I will definitely watch it again, something I can't say about a lot of Phase 4, though as you can tell, it's clearly my least favourite of the trilogy. And I do wonder how successful it'll be coming off a run of poorly performing MCU films, because it's not the grade A hit many expected and hoped for, and I think the MCU need one of those right now. Anyway, I'll leave that one there so I don't drift off into spoilers. If you've got any thoughts, I'd be interested to hear them, spoiler free of course, because it's always cool to get feedback. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. It's always appreciated. Thank you very much for listening, and peace out.